What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Honeystead. In my last video, I talked about how I was going to load up our freeze dryer with an abundance of eggs, and I did share that I was going to take you guys with me in the process of loading it up, turning it on, but I'm not going to lie, I accidentally forgot that. So fast forward a couple of days, the freeze drying egg process is now complete. And I figured this would be a good way to kind of show you how the eggs reconstitute and cook them up and see if they taste actually pretty decent. Look how they turned out. That is crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and defrost my freeze dryer because since I just did raw eggs, I do wanna make sure to do a good disinfectant on my freeze dryer and get it prepared for my next batch of something that I'm gonna put in there. And I've got a couple of ideas on a few things that I do plan on putting in there, and I'm gonna show you what they are really quick before I get these eggs going. My really good friend, Eric King from The More You Grow, sent me over some lovely turmeric that he actually grew. I'm going to try to go ahead and plant some of this, but we were talking about how cool it would be to go ahead and plan on freeze drying. So he sent us over some of his turmeric from his own garden, and I'm really excited to freeze dry some of the herbs. And then I also have some galanga that we might do as well. So as soon as that freeze dryer is thawed out, disinfected, and ready to go, this is gonna be something that I do plan on doing. And then I also might look into doing a little bit of turmeric honey. I know I've done garlic honey before, and I've done some ginger honey before, but I haven't done some turmeric honey. So we're gonna experiment with this box of turmeric and see what we can do with it. If you guys are interested in learning more about Eric and his family, head over to his YouTube channel, which is The More You Grow. I'll make sure to put his link down below. He's got some pretty awesome content out there on his homestead and what they're doing, and I definitely think you guys might really like what he's doing. I'll keep you guys posted on the turmeric, and hopefully I won't forget recording that process. So, my bad. Kind of looks like we've got a bunch of styrofoam raw eggs.
And those you scrambled, right?
No. So that is what we're going to talk about. After I loaded up this batch and shared, I actually had a few viewers that reached out and said that they have seen where people have better luck on freeze drying already scrambled eggs versus raw eggs. But I don't want these to go to waste, and I don't think that they will. So I do plan on scrambling some up right now to see if we really enjoyed it. Even if I don't end up using this for scrambled eggs later on, I can always do something with it. I can
cook with it.
Yeah, we can absolutely cook with it, or we can add it into any type of baking that we're doing. But I wanted to experiment it for myself because that's what we're here for.
So you mean like mixing them up before you put them in the freeze dryer?
No, like actually cooking them before we put them in the
scrambling
freeze dryer.
like scrambling them and then putting them in.
Yeah.
Huh,
So,
okay,
which makes total sense.
Okay.
And if you think about it, it does really actually make more sense to go ahead and scramble them and cook them before I freeze dry it, because in the event of that I needed to eat something and I might not have an exact way to scramble up eggs, at least that would already be scrambled and already ready to eat. So why not? Test. I know, why not put them through the test and kind of see, do it this way as well. So why not give it a shot?
Yep.
I've got one of my little glass Pyrex pans. These are vintage, and oh my gosh, this is crazy. Seriously, this is crazy. Look, it's like styrofoam. So I'm gonna cook up this much and let's give it a taste.
Little crystals.
I know, but they're not. It's literally, it's not even cold. It's like styrofoam.
That is so interesting.
I know. We're eating space
So
eggs.
if worse comes to worse, we can at least use it for cooking, I would
Oh
think.
my gosh, yeah, no, this is not bad at all. Like we are not, this is not a waste at all. I just read that from what others do, they found that the consistency of the scrambled eggs were more like scrambled eggs versus when they did it like raw. I guess the yolk seemed a little bit more gummy.
Oh, okay.
Which
Makes sense.
makes sense.
Well, if not, the pigs are going to get a treat.
No, we're gonna keep them. Check it out. Pretty cool. They look like space eggs.
That's what we should call them.
I know. 25-year-old. How do you preserve eggs for 25 years? You just turn them into space food. So we're gonna add a little bit. This is where I gotta get a little bit better, to be honest with you guys, because I don't exactly know how much water to quite add. I'm gonna, because I didn't weigh out each egg, I'm just gonna kind of gauge it. And it's already turning, oh my gosh. It's already turning eggy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is cool. This is
I
really
wouldn't
cool.
add any more water.
That's really weird. Look at it. It looks, it's eggy.
That's interesting. That is so cool.
It really is. I mean, it's the same gooiness of an egg.
You know, that gelatinous. Well, it's scrambled now.
I know. So that's kind of what I want to see. I want to...
Oh, I see what they're saying, that the yolk might take a little bit longer to...
Well, and that's another option, too, is I've seen where some people separate the egg from the yolk, but... Like just freeze dry like egg whites, which kind of is cool. It's definitely cool. Now, since I added a little bit more water, it seems to be more normal. There's a fly. I might have accidentally turned the heat up just a little too high, which I'm notorious for accidentally overcooking my eggs all the time, or making it really difficult for me when I have to go clean the pan. But look, I mean, it looks pretty normal. Doesn't look bad at all. Now the real test is, how do they taste?
I prefer them with cheese and stuff.
Obviously.
And salt and pepper.
I know, I do too, but I'm just curious to see.
So we go for a big piece?
I'm just doing it.
You're doing it.
It's all gonna, I mean, it's very eggy. It's normal.
Okay, really? Ready? Should we say a prayer?
No, fine. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's like egg. That's good. I'm gonna eat more.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's a little chewier.
No, not really.
Kind of, but not really.
So, these eggs could last for 25 years.
That's incredible.
Do you know how many chickens I will go through in 25 years and I will still be able to have the eggs
from the chickens
for 25 years?
And that was what, 80 eggs that you put in there in 4 trays?
Yep.
That's incredible.
I know. This is actually not bad.
No.
I could do this. I mean, obviously with cheese and salt and pepper and milk.
I like the idea. It's another way to preserve.
Well, the other way that we're preserving eggs right now, which is, and I did share that with everybody when I did my pantry talk, but we are water glassing the eggs.
And those were good when
the water.
I didn't notice any difference.
No, the water glassing eggs, you have to make sure your eggs are not soiled, not dirty when you go to put it in, but you can't wash the eggs.
Right. So then you protect.
Right.
You
so it's kind of like
coating.
I think this might be, and not only that, but the water glassing eggs it's only good for like up to 18 months.
Right.
So it's not bad.
Hey, I don't see a problem with this, especially the next time we make egg roll in a bowl. We should grab some and throw it in there.
This would be perfect. Okay.
That's good.
This isn't bad. Harvest rate.
Thank you.
I'm definitely in love with my freeze dryer. So this is almost perfect that I'm doing this up here because I went to go cook the egg and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anywhere to place this hot pan. I mean, I know I could probably place it on this counter, But I looked over and I want to show you what I received the other day, and it's probably one of the sweetest blessing boxes that I've ever received here on the homestead. It's not often that we get little gifts, but the ones that we do, we definitely cherish. But this gift was definitely very sweet, and it's from a fellow YouTuber. Her name is Dawn, and her YouTube channel is Embracing Our Life. She wrote me a beautiful handwritten note, and in the blessings box, we've received, well, my mom and I, this was kind of a mutual gift. But she sent us over Bless This Kitchen, which I'm like, oh my gosh, it's perfect for the apothecary. And check out this little chalkboard. It is so stinking cute, and I'm already like, we're already looking at where we can hang it. She sent us over a sign that we're gonna hang somewhere in the apothecary. I don't know if it's gonna go over the window or over the door, but I mean, come on, the beekeeper's apothecary, and like we deal with a lot of honey. This was definitely extremely sweet. She also sent over this little note-taking pad, but down at the bottom in all of the pads, it depends on which one, but they're all Bible verses. So each one has its own little Bible verse. A lovely candle named Forest Honey, which I'm like, oh my goodness, she's so sweet. She's also testing out a few different items for her homestead and her line, so make sure that you go check her out as well. But she has infused echinacea honey, which I already tasted it and I was like, oh my goodness. And then raspberry tea honey as well. Again, just delicious. And this is one that I was already like, I think I might end up having this for breakfast tomorrow morning. But this, she made blackberry Earl Grey vanilla jam, which I am really excited to open that up and maybe make some biscuits tomorrow morning with my omelet, of course. And then this one was really fun. This is a pumpkin pie apple butter. I'm definitely excited to try that one as well. Each item had its own little tag with a beautiful little saying on it and tied up with some of the string. And she sent actually the yellow string because she said, just because it's yellow, I thought you should have the rest. I could always use this around the farm, especially when it comes to labeling our items up in the apothecary. Go check out her channel, and I'll make sure to put her link down below as well. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old. Bye guys.